Okay, guys, who's ready for some more coffee and truth? I have a message for those in need of healing, okay? And this message actually came from the trees, okay? And before you scroll on by and say this is all woo-woo, hold on, just listen for a minute, okay? I got a very specific message from the trees, and I'm going to explain how this can tie into various paths of healing, including medicine, okay? And what the tree's message for your healing means, okay? So let me put my coffee down and get a sip. And let's give you the message, okay? So, all right. In my communication with the garden yesterday, I specifically heard tell the people, and this means the people, okay, that the oak trees in specific right now are ready to assist, okay? It doesn't matter what kind of healing you are in need of, okay? Whether you are in need of physical healing, spiritual healing, emotional healing, financial healing, familial healing, okay, relationship healing. I literally heard my tree guide say, tell them to come to the oak trees. They are ready to assist. They are ancient living beings that have observed, 133 as I said this, observed and gathered wisdom. What would you even say? For all eternity. They're saying for all eternity. They are wisdom keepers, okay? And they said, even if you don't practice communication with trees the way you would have had you grown up in your indigenous culture, okay? Any indigenous culture, everyone lost their tribe. Remember this, okay? Colonization is a thousands and thousands year old problem, not just what we witnessed here in North America, okay? It is many thousands of years of a problem, okay? So European indigenous, African indigenous, North American indigenous, Central American, all the cultures have indigenous practice. 222 as I said that. In those practices, you would have been in communication with the trees and all of nature for that matter, okay? And, you know, the first card I'm pulling, and this is really relevant, Eagle Spirit, freedom, the higher perspective, okay? The eagle often represents God view, okay? But also you see the Pegasus down here and the 13. So we've got a divine feminine and we have the energy of the horse, but also a flying horse, okay? High perspective, God perspective, freedom, okay? Most people don't realize that when they are in need of healing, okay, it doesn't matter what you're healing. If your body is experiencing disease, if you're experiencing emotional disease, spiritual disease, financial disease, any kind of disease, okay, dis-ease. If you're experiencing anything that's the opposite of ease, okay, the problem is spiritual, even though you may not realize this, okay? But the oak trees are ready to help. So what they want you to do, even if you didn't grow up practicing communication with them, 333 as I'm saying this, they want you to do it. Have faith. Go to your nearest oak tree, park, backyard if you have one, the nearest one that you can access. If you don't have an oak tree, I am certain that all the trees will assist you with permission, okay? But oak trees are what I heard, okay? So this message may be specific to those who are near oak trees for now. And they said, just sit alongside them, close your eyes, relax your mind. They said, don't worry about doing it just perfectly right or knowing what to do. They know that you were disconnected from your roots, from your ancestors, and that you may not have grown up with this practice, but it is time to reconnect to the earth. This is the future, okay? Reconnection to the mother and living symbiotically with her in all of nature and communicating with all the nature beings is the future, okay? So this is a step into the future for you. This will be a timeline jump for you as well. And no matter what kind of healing you need, there's going to be a purpose, because let me tell you what they said next, okay? They said, tell everyone they love them. So they said, tell them I love you. 444 as I said that. And they said, whatever we show you, whatever path we give you for healing, So what you're going to do is connect with this tree. You can lean back against it or just hug it or just touch it with your hand, whatever's comfortable. And you're going to ask for the healing that you need with permission. You're just going to say, I was guided to ask you for help. And then tell them what you need help with, okay? And just in your heart and in your mind, just say, I receive your medicine, okay? And some of you may get a telepathic message right then. If you're already kind of getting those kind of messages, you may notice right away a thought that comes in that wasn't your own. If you notice this, jot that down, okay? This will begin the path of what they're going to show you. Now, the next thing they said was this. They will lead you to wherever you need to go in answer to your request, but with the highest wisdom, okay? Highest wisdom. And let me explain what I mean, okay? And they gave me an example. I'm trying to remember who it was. There was a client they told me to use as an example. Maybe it'll come back to me, but what they mean is, let's say you're having problems with your stomach. Okay, we're just going to use this as an example, okay? They said, we may show them an herb that would help their stomach. We may show them a medicine that would help their stomach. We may lead them to a specific doctor, okay? Or we may lead them to a relationship that's going to heal their stomach. They said, trust the medicine, okay? Trust the medicine. I'm hearing medicine flower, okay? Trust the medicine. Because it doesn't matter where they lead you, what's going to happen is your healing's going to come, okay? And it may take a little time, so be patient. But in that process of the journey they lead you on, you will be acquiring wisdom of how you got there. How did you get from A to B, from disease to ease? And in that line, all that you gathered, you will then share with those that you know. Okay, so what they're saying is we can give spontaneous, miraculous healing because your soul has the ability to do that. Your soul could heal you right away. The question is, why isn't it? It's trying to teach you something. It's trying to show you something, right? The oak trees are saying, we have the wisdom that you need. We've got the medicine that you need, the knowledge. 722, as I said that. That's Mary Magdalene, okay? So reconnect to them, and they're going to take you down a path. They may show you some different healing techniques. They may show you some different kinds of massages. They may show you some different kinds of medicines, because I do believe there are good medicines out there. Not all medicine is poison, okay? Although some of it I think is. So you got to use your discernment, right? They're going to guide you to what you need. Think in terms of how some medicines can be life-saving, whereas some medicines can kill, right? Same thing with anything. So they're saying, trust what we show you. I'm going to give you an example. They're showing me an example. And this was years ago. They gave me a dream. And this was in 2020 when the pandemic was going on. And I said, is there a medicine that would help with this? Okay. And in my dream, I saw this giant, and the giant handed me a notebook, and on the notebook was written a medicine. Okay. I'm not going to say it here because I don't want to flag any censoring. And it was a medicine that was not being used for this particular issue. And I wasn't even familiar with it, but I have quite a few friends who are doctors. One in particular I'm very close to. And I called her and I said, what is this medicine? And she's like, it's a what did she say? Oh, it was an antibiotic. And I was like, well, I don't know why, but I asked my guides, would this help with this particular virus? And this is what they showed me. And she's like, well, we wouldn't use this for viral. A month later, guess what they were using for it? That medicine, okay? Because it had a side benefit of being a strong anti-inflammatory. And it was being used. And she and I were just like, okay. This is what I'm talking about, okay? They may show you a clinical approach. They may show you, a nature medicine approach, or even a relationship thing, or something that's developing in you. Trust the process, okay? As you accumulate that wisdom, many activations are going to happen. Yep. Look at this, you guys. Can't make it up. Here's another Pegasus. Transcending. Yes. Many things are going to happen from this. First of all, you're going to begin to forge a deeper relationship with nature, which is so important. Second of all, you're going to get the healing, okay, that you're asking for. But it's going to take you down paths you never knew you were going to go on. And that's the path of initiation. Okay? Yep. Transformation. Butterfly spirit. And yeah, and look, I'm sorry, I just got to point all this out because it's just standing out to me. So she's really in like a clam. This has really got Aphrodite vibes with the pearl. See, and she's a butterfly, but she's also kind of like a mermaid. And then also there's a little fairy right down here. So there's a lot going on here, a lot of potential. And what I'm hearing is that humanity, forgot who they were. And this is why we see the imbalance that we see now, okay? And to your defense, it wasn't your fault, okay? Heavy, heavy spiritual attack happened in this realm because this place is so sacred. And if you will plug back into the mother, it's like reconnecting to your umbilical cord, the womb that gave you life, the place that grew you, the place that knows you. She will then begin to use her body to support you, as she always has. Okay? And I'm hearing, rather than serving or worshiping an unseen God that you've been told is your God, why not honor your mother? And she's not asking for worship, I hear this. 11:29, as I said that. Just understand where your life comes from and who turned their body inside out for you to bring you forth. She did. And the same is being said and taught and learned about the Great Mother. Okay? So I feel like she's saying, I will help my children. Okay? Follow this path. Take this advice and start. It's kind of like little clues. I'm seeing it like they're going to leave little clues. Yes. Guys. Success. And see how she's on a journey. She's on a boat with a lantern and it's nighttime. She's seeing in the dark. Success. Secret spring, right? Like you're going to discover mysteries is what I'm feeling. You're going about yourself and the universe and Mother Earth. And you're going to heal. Think of how many legends there are in our society of healing springs, okay? Purity, unicorn spirit. This is just very pure divine love coming through right now. Yes. Playfulness keeps coming through. You're going to have fun. On this healing journey, you're going to actually enjoy growing with nature. Yep. Passage. And see the sacred stones. That's a portal. Okay? Again, this is a timeline jump. I feel it. Your life's about to change. Try this out. No matter who gets this message, if you're more of a scientific person, if you're more of a spiritual person, if you're more of a religious person, or if you're not into any of that, just try it. What's it going to hurt? If you don't believe in anything, go sit by a tree and talk to it, see what happens. What's it going to hurt? If you believe nothing will happen, then nothing will happen. But if you give it a try and have just a speck of faith, 1331, as I said that, just a little mustard seed, okay? You'll find your family. Wolf spirit, you'll find your pack is nature. Nature's always been supporting us. It's always been here, watching this chaos, waiting for us to return, guiding us, loving us, healing us, showing up for us. And it's time to remember where we come from, okay? Yeah, expansion. So I just feel major growth. The number 37 may be important for someone here. 51, of course, 13. Be flexible. Willow spirit is coming up. Be flexible. Okay, the tree that's flexible doesn't break. Remember that. Phoenix. Transmutation. You're turning in this heaviness that you've been through. All this stuff that your body has been through. Your mind, your soul. It is being transmuted. But it's going to happen through nature. Okay? Even if nature brings you back to medicine, in the literal sense, even if nature sends you to some special doctor, like I said, or some, I'm going to give an example. Oh my gosh, they're telling me so much right now. Yeah, okay. So I have a friend that just traveled to Mexico City to get a special life-saving treatment down there that is effective, that isn't FDA approved here, which is a whole nother video, okay? But y'all know, you got to look past that particular organization because they're not for humanity, okay? Or nature. They don't care about nature either. So why are we still trusting them? Go to your oak tree. That's like saying go to the ancestors, okay? There's nothing more ancestral than nature. There's nothing older than nature, okay? Go there. Ask for your medicine. See where it takes you. What if it takes you to Mexico City to get some really amazing treatment that the doctors down there are offering, okay, which we should have here, and you get healing, okay? So just trust the path, they're saying. This is also bridging the worlds. This is also pulling us together as a world community where we realize that our healing may come from some other place. And it also could give us exposure and love for the culture and the people. It may open our eyes and our hearts to each other. 1555, as I said that. See, it's going to bring about change, world change, when we start to realize that we need each other and that we each hold something magical and special. Sacred tribes from every place, they're saying, have come together for this in the spirit realm, is what I'm hearing. They're bringing the worlds together, the realms, the peoples, removing the veil. They want you to see who you really are. You're like a manifestation of nature. You are meant to be an advocate and a spokesperson. This is why you were given a voice, because nature communicates telepathically. We actually have vocals for a different type of communication, different than the sounds that nature makes. And we were supposed to use it to advocate. It's like Mother Earth sent representatives that were supposed to speak up and steward and love and nurture and and they forgot because of the dark magic. So you could look at that a lot of different ways. Technology can be good, it can be bad, right? Rituals can be good, they can be bad. There's kind of this light and dark and everything, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We always return home. And so she's saying, don't get stuck in that. Don't get stuck in the rage over the systems that are broken. That will only hold you back. Just see the path. Yep. Take refuge in her, she's saying. See the path opening for you. Just try it. Have faith. And see where it leads you. That's what I'm hearing. And again, the oak tree said they love you. Oh, I want to tell you one more thing. I don't want to forget. They said something kind of strange, and I don't even have information on this yet, but I just need to say it. So they were like, also, they said something about Georgia. Let me pause and see if I can look it up really quick. Hold on. This is so interesting. Okay, because when they started talking about it, I asked them, what do you mean? Like Georgia, like the state, or like the country, or what? And they said the country, okay? And I do need to look this up a little bit more, but for now, let me just tell you this, and this is why I think it's relevant. Guess what it means, okay? It's a given name of Greek origin, but it's also there is some English versions of it as well. And guess what it means? Farmer or earth worker. I didn't even look that up until now. Can't make this stuff up, you guys. So earth worker, they said Georgia, earth worker. Okay, so there you go. And, you know, I do think there's also going to have some special, there's going to be some connection to this country, and I don't know what it is. Okay, they call their country, Georgians call their country Sakartvelo. I don't know if I'm saying this right, you guys. I've never read this before, so I just want to give it to whoever may need it. It says it likely originated from European crusaders. They phonetically adapted the Persian word George, referring to the people, and associated it with the country's patron saint, St. George. Interesting. I never have ever read this. So there's something there about Georgians or Georgians. I'm not sure how they say this. And I really can't pronounce their proper name, but I'll spell it for you. Sakartvelo. the land of Kartvelians. Okay? And George meaning earth worker. So I'm also getting that grid work vibe, light work, okay? Connecting to the trees is going to be very important. So take what you want from this, learn, grow, heal, okay? And I feel there's going to be more about this message, especially with the whole Georgia thing. I just don't know what they're saying fully about it yet. But I think it's going to be good. It was a very good, positive message, by the way. And I feel like, of course, it's going to go back to that root meaning of George, which means earth worker. So get busy. Go connect to Mother Earth and start this process and watch it lead to your ultimate healing, okay? She says, return home to me. Return home, my children. So it's a beautiful message. I love you guys so much. Bye.